Hello. I'm Antoine. And again, I want to reiterate every new episode that Crescent is indisposed right now. She's recovering from surgery, so she probably won't be back for a couple weeks. But for tonight, this is the Madness Collective. Jason and Sarah. Pray for me. Yeah, so we're just gonna jump right into the topics because there's about 10 of them. We're gonna try and not let this show go to a 2-hour mark. The first one is Amber Rose. She's supporting Donald Trump. And she came out and said, essentially, I thought she knew what she was doing when she did this. She said, y'all think Biden cares about black people? That's obviously connected to when her ex-boyfriend said Bush doesn't care about black people. She knew what she was doing. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting with her, the way she code switches. Years ago, someone told me that she's not black, but I think she's Cape Verdean, I think. And people
she's half Cape Verdean and half Eastern European.
Yeah, and so when you take that, I mean, depending, I mean, shit. Now Kendrick dropping "Not Like Us" and they calling biracial niggas colonizers. So she's more white than Drake is. And at this point, when I heard her say that, I'm like, yeah, you're a rich white lady. Yeah, you probably should support Trump.
Yeah,
that's your demographic.
Yeah.
She certainly picks her point to be black, though. Like, she'll argue about it amongst black folks, but I'm sure she don't go over on that other side of the fence telling them how black she is.
No, I guarantee she doesn't. And Jason, did you freeze? I
feel like everything was fine, and then the show started, and then we got weird. It's like the broadcast knocked me and Jason right out. It's like, wait,
no. I mean, yeah, you look fine on this end. Jason just froze on me. I'm sure.
I had a switch though, and I feel slowed down. But yeah,
no,
she a mess though.
Yeah,
it says like there were so many good points in the article you sent, because it's just like, how are you gonna be all against like slut shaming and everything, and then you're gonna be riding hard for Donald Trump of all people?
Oh shit! Exactly. I can't hear nobody. What the fuck is going on?
That's okay.
Yes.
We just go keep talking while you figure it out.
I can't hear them.
Default. Yeah, she's confusing to me. And that was the thing that bothered me the most, because you have an event called the Slut Walk, and you've seen how slut shaming also involves calling women liars based on sexual acts. So Trump still hasn't acknowledged. He still says he never had sex with Stormy Daniels.
Yeah, and he never did anything with Jean Carroll, and he never said anything to her.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
I cannot hear you.
That's weird.
Hold on. Pulling up phone number 2.
Okay.
Fucking awkward ass life I live. Can't hear nothing. I can't hear them, but they can hear me. He signaled he can hear me. I'll be back.
Okay.
Coming back.
Yeah, so that was disappointing, but the thing about her, I just don't feel like she has any real influence on the black community at this point, so it kind of goes in one ear and out the other anyway.
Yeah.
And she hasn't really been all that relevant in a long time. The last time she was... Can you hear us now, Jason?
So weird. Still. All right.
The last time she was relevant... I'm a mute.
I gotta listen on one headphone.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to mute you, Jason.
Robots like, what is happening?
Yeah, because even if he's Can you hear us now?
They can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was on College Hill for celebrities. And remember, Jocelyn Hernandez was on there and they got into a fight. And Jocelyn said, "You always switching sides."
Their phone.
Can you hear us now?
Is it echoing?
No, you sound fine. Yeah, she was on College Hill. Oh, yeah. No, celebrities. Yeah. And remember, Jocelyn Hernandez was on there and they got into a fight. No. And Jocelyn said, "You always switching sides." Yeah, can you hear us now?
I can.
Echoing? No, you sound fine. Yeah, Jason, it's you got a long delay on there. It's playing back.
Yeah, I'm all off, guys. I'm gonna try again. I'll see you guys in a second.
Okay. Yeah. At any rate, do what you will with that information. That heifer is supporting Donald Trump, so fuck her. A lot of the. I had an image of her up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she took a picture with them. And I'm still, one of the comments that somebody made, they were like, they said something like she's stupid, just like that tattoo on her forehead. I don't like to shame people for their tattoos. I don't know what the purpose was of her putting that tattoo on her forehead at any rate.
Yeah, face tattoos are, next dimension. Really, yeah. It's like you're really going for it.
You are. Okay.
No covering that up.
Enough of that white lady. So Megan kicked off, I think it's the Hot Girl tour. I think it is. I don't know if she's ever been on tour before, but she brought Cardi B out, and the crowd they started yelling like Michael Jackson showed up. They literally started screaming like Michael Jackson showed up. Let me see if I can find that clip. Okay, can you hear us, Jason?
Boom, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody, I'm back.
Okay,
turn this other phone off. All right, sorry about that, everybody. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna play a clip of we're on to Megan bringing out Cardi B and Glorilla. I'm gonna play a little clip of it. Let's see here. Megan. Okay, here we go. Beat it up. Beat it up. Make some motherfucking noise,
You saw that? Megan the concert that brought out Cardi B. Just the rap and another song that people rock with. She came on God.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so let me turn that. We don't need to be animated every goddamn time we come back. So what did y'all think of that?
I don't know either. I'm not gonna. I can't admit how I do, but I'll tell you this: my wife likes Cardi B's attitude, and Megan. I don't know nothing about them. They remind me of some of my cousins that I don't talk to a lot.
What about you, Sarah?
Yeah.
It was it was interesting. They're like, "Go Michael, go Michael, go Michael."
She brought Glorilla out as well, and apparently Glorilla, and we learned this recently, Glorilla and Cardi B are cousins through their grandfathers. They got the same grandfather.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We didn't all learn that.
Everybody's related and all.
Different.
Yeah, I saw Glorilla was on the Breakfast Club. Oh, you know what? I'm in here. I done just forgot the comments exist.
Oh, man. Where's everybody at?
Everybody. Hey, y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't even say hi to anybody. That's so fucking disrespectful. Hey, y'all, we gonna get it. I'm gonna get it together. Yeah, she brought Glorilla out. The thing I like about it, it's not often you see female rappers just having fun, bringing each other on stage, showing support. Because they've been trying to say that Cardi and Megan are beefing over something. I don't know what that could possibly be, but they deaded all those rumors right there. Yeah, same like, I mean, it looked like it was sold out, I guess. And Nicki's on tour as well. I think Nicki's tour is going pretty well too. I think she broke some sort of record for touring. I don't know the numbers. I don't follow the rap. But yeah, it looked like they were having
This guy
fun.
said the rap.
That's
I mean,
it
it's like kind of anytime when you go to a show and, you know, to see a certain person or group, and if they have a collab song that's really popular and then that collab artist like surprises there, it is always exciting. You know what I mean? That's always like, ah! You know, you're like, ah! So it's kind of just like par for the course for concerts, I think, you know.
Well, it was funny. It was funny because I'm gonna play a little other one more clip here. It was funny because when she brought her out, I'm gonna play a little clip of this. That's Glorilla. Yeah, so apparently, I think what's happening there, Glorilla and Megan have a song together. And so there have been videos floating around where all three of them, they'll rap the lyrics to the other one's song to show solidarity. So I guarantee these three are probably going to record an album together. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
I wish that's what Kendrick and Cole and Drake would have did. I would like that. Yeah, I'm happy with what did happen, but I would have been happier with that. I've been trying to sell that idea to nobody in particular for years.
Yeah, I think that ship is sailed.
Yeah, that's not coming. That won't come to fruition. Hey, is that, and I don't know, I'm not being funny, really. Is that pretty much just like that's female rap now? Like I really feel like I just accidentally snuck into their joint OnlyFans account. Like that's how they doing it. Just here's a cameraman, here's my ass. This is.
Oh yeah,
I've been hearing about it.
The stimulus package is get a new ass. We're not. You got to at least get new titties or a new ass. One of the two. There's no discussion if that's not going on. Because Glorilla said she wasn't getting no work done and she got new titties. But you got to get a new ass or new titties. Generally, you know, you got to rap about getting a bag. Fuck these niggas. I want my pussy ate. That's standard. That's just standard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's no disrespect. Y'all know that's what the stimulus package is.
I'm not even mad. I think the first time I even heard one of those kind of things was on Kim's first album. And she had a dope album, and she had a line that was like something, but the end of the line was like, got buffoons eating my while I watch cartoons. Yeah. And I was like, I was standing up for like, yes, you should be saying that. Because everybody doing work with us, all they ever say, you should do that. That's what you should do. You should have them eat you while you watch cartoons. That's what y'all do. And now it just seems like that shit got out of control. I think all of this shit is all about, I'm not talking about the women at all. Just rap. I don't think that it got bad. I just can no longer relate to it. I don't think nothing's wrong with it. It's just not.
That's why I don't really listen to it. I like fun rap. It's so serious, and a lot of, you know, you got a lot of it is gang affiliated, a lot of it is hypersexualized, which again, the only time, and y'all, we gonna get to the comments. I'm gonna drop this shit off the bottom of the screen and we gonna start posting comments in a minute. We gonna talk, we gonna have a conversation. But the only thing I don't like, when I was a kid, my parents could confidently sit me in front of the TV knowing I was a music fan, and I used to just devour the award shows because I loved watching the performances, seeing the artists kind of out of their comfort zone. You see how you watching a video, everything is manicured. You see how they walk, how they talk, their mannerisms, how they act around other people. And now, if I had a daughter, there's no way she would be watching any of the fucking award shows because they're pornographic. You got Sexy Red at the award show. So to me, it's not anybody's place to tell women or men in rap, what they can rap about. But, you know, Cardi B is a spokesperson for Burger King, like Coca-Cola. These are like family things, and I ain't trying to fuck her bag up, but I'm like, she's a hypersexualized artist, and y'all use her to promote products. What does that say about where we are as far as advertising goes? You know what I'm saying? That's a little weird to me when that type of media intersects. You know, that's just me. Though.
That's probably 100% numbers. That's like, how many followers does she have? Bam! Each one of those followers is worth X amount of pennies to us. You know,
Definitely.
and that they don't. There's not a lot of thought beyond that, and I think that goes up through a lot of the creative market. So, when's the last time you saw a really good original movie, as opposed to just somebody who doesn't even like movies making a decision like, oh, this, and this worked last time, so we'll put those three things together in a sandwich, and here we go again. You know,
terrible.
There's just no more. There's not a lot of thought to these things anymore. It's all numbers.
Yeah.
But that's always kind of how it's been, really. You know, it's just been different people that they were focused on in the past. But it's really not anything new. The formula's not new. You're taking people that, like you said, are popular and that will, you know, bring in the numbers, and they're using them. They just look different, maybe from, you know, how people used to look. It's just like things have changed. You know what I mean? Like when we were, I mean, not we. I'm younger than you guys, but when I was young,
hey.
But when I was young, you know, things were like, so, you know, they wouldn't even put stuff on cable that now, you know, is on all the time, you know, like I remember it was like the biggest deal in the world for like, you know, one of the 90210 characters to lose their virginity. Everybody went like completely crazy and stuff. Now,
that was Tori Spelling's character.
Yeah,
I remember that episode.
People went nuts. They're like, "Oh my God, you're going to corrupt our children." Now it's like, I was watching something on Bravo recently, Summer House, maybe one of those, and it was like softcore porn. I mean, the people are getting like butt naked. Like, it's just, you know, things are just different now.
It is,
and it's just like a normal TV show on cable, but not like on Skinamax, but just regular cable. But you know, that's just how it is. You know. We doing like the seniors episode here with our beginning of Jason. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear? It's like one of those commercials with like it's like the progressive commercials, like trying to prevent you from becoming your parents. Like,
I was like, Lord, I hope it worked. Let them come back, because I don't like, we can't. I was like, I ain't got the squares set up for just two people. I got them squares for three.
Put more than one.
But if you go like not even that long ago, like I can and I guess it was a long time ago, but you think back to like when Married with Children was on TV, and that felt so extreme to America. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe even that, you know what I mean, that they're talking about their old sex life or whatever, like whatever it was. And we went from the first time we heard somebody say ass or bitch on regular TV to just, I feel like if I really was old, this would feel like the end of the world to me.
I mean, it kind of does. We'll talk about that later, but you know, AI is scary.
I remember my father just absolutely loved Married with Children. Just the whole concept, just everything about it. He loved it. So yeah, that's how I knew it was. If my dad liked it, I knew it was ratchet. So let's talk to the militia right now for a little
people.
bit.
Oh yeah, man.
All right.
What up?
Yeah, there's Colin. What's up? What's up, fam? He said best lineup of the night. Oh, that's funny. Let's see here. There's Tony. Why the fuck she out here shilling for Shyster? Oh yeah, she's talking about Amber.
Only fan numbers.
Yeah. Do we know, like real talk? Like, was she on OnlyFans, like playing with herself, or like what? Like, do we know what she was doing on her OnlyFans account?
No,
because everybody doesn't do porn. Like, Karuchi sells photos of her feet on OnlyFans. So you buy a subscription and you get to look at pictures of her feet. So she's not having sex. some of these people, when they say they have an OnlyFans, they're not actually having sex on the account. It's allowed. So I don't.
Oh,
I
people do
don't
all
know.
kinds of things.
Yeah.
I don't know what she does, but some people just are like cooking in a bra or something. I don't know. They do whatever stuff. They're not all having sex. There's a
Yeah.
lot of fetishes out there. I think people just find a niche and they go for it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
CJ.
What's up, CJ?
I think like I'm not going backwards in time to that, but we were talking about, I think earlier this week, Charlemagne was on some show, maybe even yesterday, talking about how he's not going to endorse so and so candidate, and now we have her stepping up to endorse a candidate. We had Ice Cube stand up a little while ago and be like, I don't think people are listening or should be listening to celebrities and what we think really like. We know who both these candidates are, but at this point, that nobody's an unknown factor. But it would just be nice for people like.
Speaking of what Column's comment says right here, why do we look to celebrities for validation? I'm sorry, Go ahead.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I would admire Charlemagne more if he would have got up there and been like, let me say something. He's like, I run a podcast. I am not a political analyst. I am not a historian. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have something to say about who's going to be president. Not, well, I don't like this guy. Or like, bro, your lucky guesses as a quote unquote influencer, bro, your lucky guesses could cost everybody everything, my man.
Yeah,
I'm not an influencer, and I don't say out loud who I am not going to vote for. I don't say that. I don't write it down. I'm like, my man, nobody, just in case someone who does listen to me is listening, and I'm not fucking Charlemagne. You know what I mean? They should shut the fuck up. It's kind of what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I just, to me, when you are black and you have a large platform, I just feel like you have a different responsibility from someone like us right here, right now. When you have a large platform and your viewership is mostly of color, I feel like you just have a responsibility to disseminate information that's in the best interest of your audience. And I even feel like it's your job to do that, even if on a personal level you don't completely agree with everything, because you may be wealthy and certain political decisions may not be in your best interest as a wealthy person. I think you still need to be trying to steer your audience in the right direction in terms of what's best for them. And I guess that takes a level of humility that a lot of people don't have in 2024.
But it also takes objectivity. You would have to know not necessarily know, but you'd have to have an objective, good idea of what's better for all of us, because all of us, no matter how much money any of us have, we're still just us. As far as us in this, you know what I mean? In this room and in the room with us. I don't know. You have some celebrities that feel like they're not going to say anything. They're going to stay apolitical. And I think all of us have seen, not necessarily celebrities, but other people get kind of called out for, I'm not political. I don't care about that. And it's like, only certain people can afford to not care about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're being irresponsible.
Yeah, that's what, and like, I get, like, to me, where it starts to get irresponsible is just some of the things Charlemagne has done and some of the things that Killer Mike has done. I feel like a lot of the stuff that Killer Mike has said, they are things that are, let's see. Okay. I agree, Tony. I think he can have his own personal view, but when he's speaking to the people, he can't say that goofy shit about the governor and Stacey Abrams. It's like, Stacey Abrams is, she's an ally in the fight. Don't try and belittle her contribution to the movement and say derogatory things about her. That's where I think the missteps happen. Even if he personally has an issue with her, know that in the bigger picture, we need people like her, despite the fact that she may not.
She's not an ally, unlike him, who's just a commentator.
Yeah,
she's a soldier, a leader. Right. She's a general in our position on things. No matter whether you agree with her or not, it's like having a hardcore disagreement with Malcolm.
Yeah.
Certainly Malcolm and Martin didn't get along, but very rarely would you hear either of them actually directly criticize one another, though we know that they did. You know what I mean? Like, Man, we all
Yeah,
trying to
but
move in one direction. If he's
well,
driving and I'm pushing and somebody else steering.
well, we do have footage of Malcolm calling Martin a coon, but
Yeah, I
Mike,
mean, but
I'm not sure that's exactly entirely historically accurate, but I get what you're saying.
no,
he
and
called Harry
I'm gonna say this
Belafonte a
never happened.
coon.
There's some calling out.
He basically thought that everybody that was using Christianity and softness to move forward was a coon. I mean, I understand that. I get that. I disagree, but I understand that.
Oh my god, the one where my favorite, because we're gonna have an intro at some point. I really want to put a clip in the intro of him stating, he basically says the Negro is the only race of people who take advice from entertainers and not educated college. He's basically saying our eyeballs and ears are focused in the wrong direction. And it was a good point. We do give celebrities as a whole, we allow them to influence us a little too much, I think.
Well, I think if being fair, we have a lot more access to see what they're saying and what they're doing than we do. Like, who do we know that are the famous educators? You know what I mean? It's like we've now gotten to a point where we don't have a Malcolm or a Martin. I mean, it's clear. It's clear that
no.
It's clear that Talcum X ain't gonna do it.
No.
It's like, so we don't have those people. I even get disappointed. What's the name of your brother that we all love? Cornell.
Oh yeah, Cornell started talking shit about Obama at one point, like,
and that was his thing. Him and Tavis, like that was their minstrel show. Was they were going to go around and be the naysayers on the Obama thing. And I think of Obama at his very best at being a great. As a president, he was the best of the presidents we've had lately. But America's just a thing where the president, and we talked about this in other things, the president is just America in a person, in a suit.
Right.
No matter what color you are, like that's a job that you're going to do a certain way. You aren't really running much besides your mouth because there's guardrails and people with their hand in your back. But for them to come up and do that, and then for Cornell to now try to run in a race, not that he's doing anything, but just as a spoiler, like, where are our educators that we can speak to? And the ones that we do trust or can trust aren't talking about this stuff.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. What you gonna
Sorry.
do? Beverly
Well,
said,
hi, Karen and Tony and Beverly.
If you're taking civics advice from Amber Rose, you are the problem, not her. She looking for a bag. Insert rolling eyes. Okay, let's jump to the next topic. Let's see, which one is this? Oh, so did y'all get a chance to see the clip of Cameron on CNN?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play a portion of it for the viewers. Yeah, this was ratchet as fuck.
Ratchet.
So they booked Cameron to go on CNN to speak to, what's the lady's name? Abby Phillip. To speak to Abby Phillip about the Puffy video of him assaulting Cassie. And part of the reason that they invited him on is because they had a short discussion about Puff on the podcast that Cameron does with Mace. And obviously, Mace was signed to Bad Boy, so he had a close relationship with Puffy. So for some reason, they decided to ask Cameron to come on CNN. I don't know why they didn't ask Mace. Mace would have made a lot more sense. So,
and let's also just, I don't even have to watch a lot of CNN because I don't, to know that this Abby Phillip is like one of those really beloved people on the news too, especially in the Black community. Like, people love her. It's like, I feel like everybody thinks she's their little sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or big sister, I guess, depending on their age. So I don't even watch CNN, and I know that. So it's like, you probably shouldn't. It's like, if you're gonna do it, you do it after like a Fox News person or something. But it's like, not to Abby. Oh Lord.
I know, but to be fair, Cameron is a loose cannon and he's unpredictable. I just don't know why they brought him on CNN. And there are parts where she clearly knows that this is going left, and you see her eyes because her eyes kind of twitch over to the side. Anyway, I'm gonna play a clip of it. This is just terrible. Oh my goodness. What the fuck is wrong with the world?
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint. I'm just going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said. And of course, that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. And y'all make sure y'all check it out. I mean, I might get some more information out of Mace from there. But for me to tell you how Puff act and all that, I don't know. I never was signed to him.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that y'all invited me to. Yo, who booked me for this joint?
All right.
This is the most ignorant thing I've seen in 2024. And I don't know if y'all could tell, the thing that he was drinking, it's an erectile enhancement product that I think he endorses. It's his or he endorses it. So that's why he said he's drinking this because he gets some cheeks afterwards. It was just so disrespectful, but it was hilarious at the same time.
Like, oh, come on.
I feel like it would have been, like you said, it would have been a lot more hilarious if he had chosen a different target.
Yeah, of course she didn't do anything wrong. She's trying to be the consummate professional, and he just went completely hood on her ass.
And him up there trying to pretend he didn't know why he was there when there's, nigga, you know damn well, when's the last time someone asked you to be on the news, nigga? You know exactly why you're there. Stop.
Yeah.
You were told why you're there. You're not, it's just that kind of weird, willful ignorance reminds me of certain folks that like to get loud and crazy on people in stores and shit. And then I find it a lot more embarrassing than I do hilarious, just third party embarrassment. Cause like, dude, you're just acting as if you're a damn fool. And that's not me. I don't have any respectability, politics or anything. It's just like, I did have parents and grandparents. You know what I mean? Like, man, come on, man. People watching the news and you up here, somebody's mama's watching the news, bro, on CNN. And you up here playing games like you, fuck that guy.
It was
bad.
It was really bad.
Acting all brand new, like you said. You knew why you were there, and you're being extra for no reason. It's just like, well, it's different when they like say like, oh, we want to come talk to you about your new book and stuff, and then you come on and they ask you a bunch of crazy questions that have nothing to do with it. But like, they clearly told him why they wanted him on the show, and he just was like, I'm just gonna go and do this instead. Get my little minutes of fame here.
Apparently he did. Apparently a bunch of niggas were clowning him. Ernest, it's Cameron. Apparently he was getting clowned, and he basically admitted the only reason he went on the show was to promote his product and to promote he and Mace's podcast, because he knew CNN would be a huge platform for him to do that. So you ain't got to fuck up somebody's day at work to do that, though.
Right.
Said I was about to say who books these things.
Sleepy Sarah.
It's like 4:34 a.m. where I just came from, so I'm a little
okay.
Oh, can you say where you were at?
I was in the French Riviera in Barcelona and Ibiza.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
I'm so sorry.
like,
were you in Barcelona?
Look, I would say light flex, but that's just a flex right there, Sarah. God damn it.
When I flew, like, it was like over 21 hours yesterday, with like from door to door. So I got back last night. Sometime after 9 p.m. to my apartment.
Did you have a good
So I'm a
time?
little tired. I had a good time. I'm just like, yeah, I'll be on the show. I'm like, just so people don't think I've really like gotten deep into, serious drugs. I'm just jet lagged. They're gonna be like, damn, what's she on? We gotta help her. No, I'm just jet lagged. It's good. We're trying to stay awake, right? We got to get back in this time zone.
Had you been to Ibiza before?
No, it was my first time. We weren't there overnight. It was just like a day trip thing, but it was really fun. It was like kind of ridiculous. I thought it'd be more than, a day trip. Like, who doesn't go to Ibiza at night? But it was still like cool. We like literally woke up early in the morning. I woke up at like 4 a.m. on Monday their time, and we left the hotel around 5 and flew to Ibiza from Barcelona. And we were on like these little yacht things, and we went to this restaurant that was like on an island you could only get to by a small boat. It was like kind of amazing. I was like, am I dreaming? This can't be real life. This can't be real life. And then we like flew back to Barcelona in the evening, and yeah, it was a good time.
Did you get to go? Did you get to go to? We had pour salt in our broke wounds. That's what Tony said. When you were in Barcelona, did you get to see Los Ramblas, the main street there, where like they have the restaurants, the street, like they're in the middle? It's just this long boardwalk.
Yeah, Los Ramblas. Yeah. Like, so the travel agent we had was doing like ghetto shit. So she had us in like random ass hotel. But I've been to Barcelona before. We had to take a taxi, but you could get to Los Ramblas without, going too far.
No.
So yeah, we definitely were over there. We had nice, we got my paella, and you know what I mean. You got to have your.
I didn't get paella while I was there. That's the one.
Oh, we had some paella. Oh, we had some paella. Did we have some paella? So
yeah, that was stupid of me not to do that. I've only been once, and that was in 2002. I went to Madrid. I did Barcelona, Madrid, and Paris. Oh, it was that was a wonderful trip.
Yeah, it was a great trip, and I had never gone to a flamenco show any of the other times I was there.
I did see a flamenco show when I was there. I did do that.
Yeah, that shit was cool. Like that was fun. That was fun. So yeah, it was a good trip. It was a good trip all in all. Whatever challenges, you're like, hey, I'm still on the French Riviera. I'm still in Spain. You gotta just say whatever to the challenges and be happy with all the rest. And we got lucky. We had good weather.
Nice.
Yeah.
This segment is called Niggas Talking About Doing Unnigga Things.
Yeah.
Okay, we gonna move to the next topic. So apparently, and I'm probably gonna fuck this up, but apparently image name likeness fraud is a thing. And we've talked about this on the show before. That's when, the college athletes can actually get endorsement deals and get paid without breaking any rules for the NCAA. So, oh, God.
Sapaya. Sorry. You had to see that.
Amazing. Oh, wait a minute. This is something is wrong here. Give me a second. Okay.
We got an overlay? Okay, there we go.
Overlay. So let me because this is about the sports, so I have to make sure I get the names right. So there's a young man, his name is Jaden Rashada, and I guess he initially went to the University of Florida, and what happened was, without going into all the details, he was going to go to one school. They enticed him to come. But then University of Florida, they're called NIL collectives. So these collectives are made up, the collectives are separate from the university. The collectives are usually fans partner with alumni who have a lot of money. And so the school will use the NIL collective to entice the desired athlete to come to that particular school. And what's been happening is these athletes, I ain't read about one that wasn't black that this happened to. These athletes forego a deal at one school for a better one at another one. they sign the papers, and then the NIL collective reneges on the offer.
So
Now, at this point, you've been coerced into going to a school based on a payout, and they don't pay you. And in this case, Jaden was promised $13 million to go to University of Florida, and then the collective disbanded after he went to the school. And so eventually, you know, I guess he kind of got, at least on some in some way, his comeuppance. And y'all forgive me if I'm fucking up any part of this story because it's the sports. But he ended up switching schools, and eventually he went to his father's alma mater, and then eventually he left his father's alma mater to go to University of Florida's nemesis, which is Georgia. So, you know, I don't think that's a coincidence.
No, that was the funniest part of the article.
Yeah. So now he's suing several people involved with coercing him into going to the University of Florida only to not get the money that he was promised. And this is like the third time I've heard about this. It's essentially the schools are using a loophole to absolve themselves of any responsibility if the deal falls through, because the athlete is not making the deal with the school. The deal is actually with the NIL collective that is a separate entity from the school.
Bullshit.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to have to create some sort of legislation for this, because otherwise, you know, they could just keep doing this to people.
It's like a lot of this kind of stuff is just, it's like so sleazy for me. Like, you know, it reminds me of like the Blind Side stuff. Like, it's just like a lot of like rich white people like coercing young Black people with fake opportunities and trying, like, it's too disgusting. Like, the whole thing is gross. Like, you know, and they want to, you know, it's like they do all this and they know exactly what they're doing. They have all their money and all their lawyers to say, oh, well, there was no real contract, or there was clearly, they didn't say breach of contract, so there was no contract. And it's like, you're going to tell me this small effort didn't detrimentally rely on your $13 million offer when he came and rejected another offer? Like, it's like, even if another offer was less, it's like maybe he would have rather been at that school. Maybe that school would have given him more opportunities. Maybe he would have had the opportunities with a little bit less money, but still a good amount of money. Maybe they wouldn't have reneged. But, you know, yeah, I think if this is something that's happening all the time, it's about time somebody sues for it, because whether they win or not, it's like, make it hard for them, make it difficult, because otherwise they're just going to keep doing it. And, you know, like, maybe start something, and if other people stand up and do it too, then maybe it won't be so easy for them to keep doing it, because it's really gross and ridiculous. And it's sad to see them taking advantage of young people whose frontal lobes aren't even done fully developing and doing shit like this to them. It's really gross.
Yeah, perhaps they can, you know, because for me at this point, after seeing everything happen, like, I think I would be like, hey, I'm going to need to see half before I sign them papers. Something. Like, you're not playing with me, because once you go to the school, you have to stay there, I'm assuming, for at least a year. You can't just or you'd have to take a year off. Because,
yeah, but imagine a situation, though, like, probably a lot of times there's not a ton of time either.
Right.
You know, when you're like a senior in high school and you start getting those, you know, offers and stuff, it's like some of those schools aren't even giving you a lot of time to accept the offers. And I feel like with, you know, like an athletic scholarship, the pressure is probably even higher. So they don't necessarily have, you know, all this time to, you know, negotiate or say, give me half and this and that. They're probably asked to like make a snap judgment with very little time. And even that, it's like the high pressure sales tactics. Like, we know they're all just slimy, you know? So it's like, buy the condo now. You got the deal now. If you don't get it now, then you're not going to be able to get this timeshare. It's like, we don't want your fucking timeshare, you know?
It's like, you know what's just sad is that this was supposed to be a windfall for these young people, and they're fucking it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't supposed to be. I'm actually shocked that it went left like this. And the fact that nobody's truly responsible for, like, they gotta come up with legislation to protect these students.
I think it's that. There's probably it feels like, and I don't know anything, I never heard of these NIL, INL things before you mentioned it. Although, like, the story lines up a little bit with like Mandingo almost to me, where like, did they just do that as a spoiler because he was going to a school? Like, they never did want him. They just didn't want him going to the school where he was going. Like, I don't know, you know, somebody, I think it was
like how
Ernest,
deep does it go?
Yeah, sometimes and sometimes because I heard a thing on this on Press Play with Madeline Brand about 2 months ago, and they were talking about what's the two female basketball players, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I cannot believe I remembered their names. Oh my god! Because y'all know what we're talking about, the sports.
The sports.
But they were explaining, and actually they were talking about them before, because the thing with them is more recent, because they, you know, they're on actual WNBA teams now. But, you know, their pay is so low, they're only millionaires because of the NIL money that they had coming in, which, you know, hopefully over time that'll change with them. They'll get more endorsements. But, yeah, a lot of times the collectives, most of the collectives actually do want to entice the athlete to go to that school, but sometimes the money falls through at the last minute. And usually that's after the athlete has signed a contract with the university. And, you know, yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
I think their biggest issue is going to be that, like, some of the stuff, you know, it sounds like it isn't necessarily all legal though. So if they're doing illegal contracts they're not supposed to be doing as college athletes, and that's a problem for lawsuits, because, you know, when you're in civil court, they have the you know, unclean hands doctrine, you know, like where, like, if you come into court with unclean hands, like, they can just throw your whole case out. So if, like, let's say whatever contract he had was not actually like an okay contract to have, that could be problematic in a lawsuit.
Yeah, you know, it's funny though. I do remember there was a section in the article, and you know this better than I would, Sarah. They implied that his lawyer was using specific terminology that implied that there was never a contract, that it's something else. It's called something else. It wasn't a contract. It was some sort of agreement that either party could vacate at any point, which doesn't make sense to me when you're talking about $13 million. You can just decide you don't want to do it at any point. Who would agree to that, you know, when so much is at stake, you know?
I think it's imbalance though. So the power imbalance is that he would probably never dream of not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So when you offer
following through with that.
When you offer a high school student to go to college for $13 million, I was going to ask somebody, and I don't know, if these cats are allowed to have agents. Because I feel like you should never in any situation be representing yourself if the amount of money is more than $30,000. Somebody else should be talking about it for you.
Yeah, I don't know how you could allow them to do this without having an agent. So I don't know. But again, it's the sports. So they have all kinds of weird fucking rules that, I mean, look at what we were dealing with up to this point. They were using the likeness of mostly young black men to promote video games, commercials, radio spots, using their voices, their faces.
Selling merch at the game where they're playing and not giving them no money while they're risking life and limb.
Yeah. Who said it was modern day slavery? Beverly.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Mandingo as soon as you started talking about it, where they will just do anything to get their team to win and get, you know.
And it just,
and it's really a more direct hit at how the NFL and shit really works anyway. Like, basically that's what it is, right? So you got gladiators, it's almost all black kids who, you know, by and large, it's one of our very few ways to get to that kind of money.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they control all of it. It's just whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. At any rate, now you niggas are aware that they getting us on another front.
Yep. If they want my likeness, I'm calling Sarah. Sarah, be on the lookout.
I know that's right. Look,
I'm
nigga, you'll be eating paella on a plate on an island down the street from Ibiza with Sarah with
Just
not
a
a word,
taxi ride away from the shopping mall.
Nan worry in the world, sipping on sangria, living your best goddamn
We
life.
did have a lot of sangria. I won't lie, that happened as well. There was, especially in Ibiza, there was a lot of sangria. It was one of those 5 o'clock somewhere moments. We drank on the boat. There was some drinking.
Now the funny thing that happened to us in Barcelona, we stayed right on Las Ramblas.
Oh, that's
And
nice. I did that one of the trips.
I remember one day I went on the balcony stark naked, just acting a fool. But one day we had to do laundry, and so we left the hostel that we were staying in, and we leave to go laundry, and we notice like we don't see anybody outside. And so we finally make it to the because we had seen the laundromat, and we went to the one that we saw. And we saw an attendant there, and we were like, it was like maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we were like, did like a tornado? Yeah, was there a tornado warning issued or some shit? What the fuck is everybody? And he was like, siesta. It was siesta time. That shit
know
was
how to do life, you know?
wild.
You gotta take your day naps. It's like,
whoa, that's my favorite part of that culture. That is the best part. Oh my goodness.
You gotta love siesta.
Yeah.
That's because they party all night. They need a nap, you know, if they want to get through the day.
That was my
They
favorite
be
part.
partying until the morning time.
Yep.
And I don't mean 1 a.m. I mean like 7 a.m. So
yes.
These people weren't ready. I was like, wait, we're going home? That's just the pre-club. That's not the club. Like, what? We going back to the hotel? We're just getting started. They're like, we're headed back. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have that energy, because like when I was there, my favorite spot there, it was a club called. What did I do that? It was a club called. It was a club called Club Jamboree, and they typically have jazz artists there playing live. But on Saturday night, it turns into a fucking nightclub, and you're in a cave. So it's different areas of the fucking cave, and it's it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, Beverly, you got to figure it out, girl. Them hostels, you can save a lot of money. You just got to share a bathroom with other people. And what was funny was the hostel, the reason we went with the hostel was because we told ourselves we did not come to Europe to sleep in a room, to hang out in a room. So we only slept in the room. The rest of the time we were gone. So it wasn't a big deal. But they really did.
What? 2004?
2002 was when I went.
2002? Okay, so that predates that bed bug epidemic, right? Because nigga, hostel my ass.
Oh yeah. Hostels are different from hotels.
Oh no, I know. We got them in Venice. They still have them in Venice because Venice is such a large tourist attraction or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's 2 hostels on the other side of my block. I've never been inside of them, but when I was younger, a much younger man, the outside was a great hunting ground.
Oh yeah.
I like my own bathroom, you know.
Yeah.
But I will say this hotel in Barcelona was nothing special, but I felt the same way as you. We were there for only a few days at the end of the trip was mainly France. We were just in Barcelona a few days at the end. And like I said, we had a whole day where we were just in Ibiza. So I wasn't really in the hotel room a lot. So I didn't really care that much. I cared more that the air worked up in that bitch. Like it was like a sweatshop when I came in, but I dropped that air the lowest. I had it blasting. I was like, yeah, this once it got cooled down, I was just like, I can finally sleep and not be like hot the whole night. They don't be loving the AC very much when you go.
No, they're not big on ice
in these countries. Sometimes
they're not big on ice either, like we are here. You know, we love putting ice in everything. They're just like, "What, you need 2 cubes? What the fuck?"
Yeah, so it wasn't anything special about the hotel. But you know what's great about Europe is they always have the good breakfasts in the hotel.
They do.
Most of the hotels, they have like it's better than any buffet you have at any residence in here, whatever. It's like, you up in there eating cheese and shit and fucking meats and stuff. Like I love that Spanish chorizo. You like living your best life on those buffets. So
It's true. It's true.
But hostels, I don't know, Antoine. That's a little hostile for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, also, 2004. How old was you? 19, something like that. Like it's different now, man.
19.
I was not 19 in 2002, nigga.
Listen,
What a great friend now.
I must have been 30. I must have been 30 something. Late 20s or early 30s. Yeah. Yeah.
There's one in Granada that my brother always says is better than most hotels that he's been to, though. It's like,
yeah, they're definitely not all
Some of them
created
are
equal.
nice.
Some of them are hostels, and some of them are they're just a low end motel, basically. So,
yeah.
okay, we gonna move on to the next topic. Boeing.
Oh God. Ugh.
Did y'all see the? Why does it keep doing this to me? Did y'all hear about this flight to Singapore where one person died and 30 people were injured because of turbulence?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I was happy I already flew home when I read that. It's like, I don't. These stats. Some stuff be scaring me too. You be up in the sky, you feel a little thing. You're like, dear God, I'm not ready to go. Don't kill me right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God. And like, I don't know if you noticed because I was literally just on a plane yesterday, reading the story like was even more scary, or watching the thing was even more scary. But also it was making me think about all these things I was thinking about on the plane, because now on some of the planes they be having new seatbelts that cross over your body.
Oh, I didn't know that.
At least in fancy part of the plane. And it's like, when did they start doing this? All of a sudden, it's like, I thought it was just this one random like discount airline we took back last year, but they've been having it on more flights. And I'm like, since when are we doing like a full, like you're in the car, shoulder strap? But I'm like, we were landing, I'm like, I better put this shit on. So reading the article, and they're talking about, only the people who didn't have seatbelts on got hurt. They said the people with seatbelts didn't get hurt. So everybody, I'm sorry to do a public service announcement, but put your seatbelt on the motherfucking plane. Okay.
They do recommend that you keep your seatbelt on the entire time, even though, they had the lights come on. The lights are on so that the people who don't like wearing the seatbelts, it's like, yeah, we might have an issue, so you need to put your seatbelt on. I keep mine on the entire time I'm on the plane. Thank you, Tony.
Even if you're in the fancy part of the plane with Sarah. I didn't even know they had to. When y'all just laying down, Sarah, like they didn't give.
I don't know nothing about the fancy part of the plane. My ass has always flown coach like the bag.
I'm like, no kids. I'm flying fancy.
Yeah. When I look at the ticket prices, they be like, you can sit over here. I'll be like, motherfucker, I can't afford this coach seat. This coach seat on credit. And you talking about I can upgrade? I can barely pay for this. Shit. Oh,
yeah,
man.
No, Beverly, you're right though, because when the flight attendants, even when they fold those little things out, they got like a whole. They're like in like 15 seatbelts on those walls. They're like shoulder straps, waist strap. They got ankle strap. No, they haven't seen ankles, but yeah, you're right.
If it's Boeing, I ain't going.
So well, I know. Colin, here's the problem. So look, all this Boeing shit is going on, right? Remember, y'all, I just went to Chicago for my 50th birthday party in April. And they had a little placards in the back of the seat in front of you that gives you information on the type of plane that you're in.
Yeah.
I was on a Boeing plane there and a plane on a Boeing. You can't, if you not go fly on Boeing, you probably not flying nowhere. I don't know how you can get around it. Yeah, Boeing's scaring the shit out of me.
Who else makes planes?
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I would think Boeing is the biggest manufacturer. Yeah. Yeah, that shit is scary though. Yeah, so again, most of the one I think the one person, to be fair, the guy who died, he had a heart condition, and I think they said he died of a heart attack.
Oh man, yeah.
when this
That seems like a
happened,
good time to have a heart attack. I mean, the plane's going down. Yeah,
yeah. So
seems like a heart attack time.
when it happened, there was no warning. So like, there's one guy who I saw an interview with a guy that was on the plane, and he said, luckily, he said he had dozed off, but he dozed off with his seatbelt on, and he said when he got up, he looked over and he said like people were vertical, like,
And like bouncing up and down and hitting the ceiling and stuff.
yes, and he said it
And,
was
like
because
blood everywhere.
some people were just walking. Some people might have been walking to the bathroom or stretching their legs, and then just turbulence and no warning.
I just thought about something.
What?
Nigga, what if he was in the bathroom?
Oh, one guy was in the bathroom.
That'd be like somebody just put you in a paper bag and just shook it up like some French fries with
Yeah,
ketchup
poured
on
it
them.
on and just knocked it over.
Yeah.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah. So to be fair, Tony, you're right. Turbulence ain't got shit to do with who the manufacturer is, but I like a good scapegoat from time to time.
Some people had their flights canceled yesterday, and it was because of mechanical error. I was like, well, I guess I just got a delay. That's better than cancellation. But I don't, people be getting like, about like stuff like mechanical error and weather. I don't want to be on the plane if there are mechanical issues or weather that's too dangerous to fly in. Please keep my ass grounded. Like, it's like, I don't want to be on the plane in that situation. Don't try to cuss out them and force me onto a plane. This is how people die. I don't, if it's not, let me just stay over here and we'll figure it out when it's safe to do it.
Yeah. We'll hold it down till you get back, Beverly.
Sometimes you be on the plane and it's on hold. You're just sitting on the plane and there's always some asshole like, let's just fuck you. I'll sit here till tomorrow until they know this thing is ready to go. I'm fine, bro. And hurry up and jump or something that nobody know what's happening.
Yeah, being dead is more of an inconvenience than being inconvenienced. So, yeah, pay attention to those buckle signals. No joke. Yeah, I think I kind of have myself trained now. As soon as I get on the flight, get my seat, I get everything situated, and within 20 minutes, I'm asleep. I usually wake up when the plane is descending, which is, I'm learning I'm very lucky to have that type of disposition because a lot of people can't go to sleep on a plane. My mom can't. They said, now they can't tell us turbulence never killed anybody.
I know. It's true though. They're like, no, it was a heart attack. You're like, caused by.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So hopefully I can forget about this before my next trip. Riblet.
Okay. So we got an update on. We have an update on the Keenan and Kels dude, Kels, who disappeared for a while, and then he did the Club Shay Shay interview, and we talked about him last week. He told Shannon Sharpe that his wife, because this is his ex-wife, said his ex-wife got pregnant twice during their marriage, and both times ended the pregnancy, and both times he was not the father. And when, we were just kind of wondering how that happens. How does that happen to you twice? And so we're gonna take a look-see at what the ex-wife had to say about it, and she had quite a bit to say. You want to make sure. Well, she didn't say anything too crazy, but yeah, here we go.
Oh, she said a lot though.
I mean, I don't think she used derogatory language. She said she did say a lot. That's what I was alluding to. Okay.
No volume.
Start over, girl. Okay, let me start that over.
Kel, who is this person that was pregnant? because it was not me. Like, who was this? And then other thing is like, how do you remember all these pregnancies, but you don't remember your kids for like years? Like, I don't even know, 13, I don't know, 14. And then how do you remember all these pregnancies, but you don't remember Nick, you know, in my cheerleading outfit, right? Like, how does your memory work exactly? Because you remember lots of things about me from a long time ago, and it just kind of odd, like how your memory works. Like, you don't remember, I don't know, do you remember your daughter in a car accident? You remember your son losing his tooth? You remember taking your kids' money? Do you remember being completely physically, mentally abusive? Do you remember that you used to beat me and hit me and choke me and strangle me when I would come out the hospital because I have single beta thalassemia disease? Do you remember that? Do you remember that you were addicted to sex? Do you remember that? Do you remember me catching you with a man? Do you remember that? Do you remember you using the money that I created to pay for an entire woman's place?
Okay. Child. What did he not do? It's like this feels retaliatory because she literally said he did everything.
I was exhausted watching it the first time, and then as you just played it now, I was thinking, no, I don't remember this. I watched this like a couple hours ago, and I don't remember this part about the disease. Did I start from the beginning, or did I somehow miss this part? So I'm like, I don't know if he can remember all that, because I couldn't remember it for just 2 hours. I couldn't remember the whole thing. She had a mouthful to say, and that's not all of it, guys. It keeps going. It goes for like ever. Like, it keeps
because your boy Nick Cannon caught some collateral damage.
Yeah, she said Nick Cannon put on her cheerleading outfit and did a routine for him. I'm like, why? If it wasn't meant to be funny, why would you have been present for that? So I guess Nick was just doing a little bit. That part, to me, you know, niggas are homophobic. They're going to think that there's some smoke there. I don't think there's any smoke. Yeah. I think he was doing something to be funny. We are talking about comedian. Nick Cannon is actually a comedian as well. So
she also looks kind of like crazy a little bit. She looks a little like unhinged. She's just like, you're doing this whole video while you look like you have jet lag and like other stuff happening. Like,
yeah.
And she just like, you remember? You remember? It's like, I just not sure if this is giving everything you think it's giving.
She did 18 videos back to back, apparently. So
good fucking Lord. She's trying to pull
there people are saying she's unhinged. Look, one dude said
she's trying to do a Risa Tisa.
Wait, one dude said, Risa, no, they didn't.
She's trying to do a Risa Tisa.
One dude said, I wouldn't remember none of that if they wasn't my kids either.
Oh, stop it.
But don't they have kids together though? They have two kids.
They have together. 2 kids together. He's remarried and now he has 2 kids with his current wife. So yeah, Nick Cannon. Yeah. Nick Cannon. And yeah, Ernest says she sounds like she's deflecting. What is so, this kind of speaks to the shit that happened with Puffy and Cassie. This man went on now, because I will say this. I don't know if Club Shay Shay was the appropriate forum for Kels to be revealing information about his ex-wife, because she is the mother of his 2 kids that he did father with her. So that's the part I think maybe, you know, I could see her feeling some type of way about that. But somebody is lying here. She's saying she didn't get pregnant and had no abortions. he said she had 2 abortions and got pregnant by 2 other niggas. Somebody is just flat out fucking lying.
Yeah, she said that she was a virgin when she even had sex with him the first time and they conceived one of the kids or whatever. And she was talking about your abortion was born and is walking around right now. So I mean, I don't know, like
Yeah.
people just it's like messy. Like your kids have to be the ones who have to deal with this shit too. Like that's the thing. It's like you're doing all this stuff. Like they're the ones who are like in school who are, you know, people might be making fun of them because your parents are sloppy all over the fucking place, putting your business all out on Front Street. Like it's kind of like, you know.
That's the same thing I said
that they're grown now. Then they're in the office getting made fun of, you know?
What'd you say, Jason?
I mean, that's the same thing I said when 50 Cent went in on his ex over the kid. She's like, well, you don't have to worry about the kid. You haven't seen him or spoken to him in years. So now that you're talking all this shit in public, I can stop pretending you care about him. I was like, damn. So it's like this thing where you're bringing the kid, where you're doing that, you have a family that you share, no matter how it's kind of, unless you're about to pull a whole entire Brian McKnight.
Oh,
you know,
he just got into trouble because he was trying to be sneaky and like he tried to get added to like a festival or something, and people figured it out and they were like, "Nigga, we will walk off when you go on stage." And I think they removed him from the festival.
Who, Brian?
Yeah, he's having issues. You know, he can't book like he used to because people literally are turning their backs on him. They really are upset about this shit with his family. You know, I don't know what to say.
I halfway feel like they should be though, right? So you know, it's going to be a very strange thing to see what will happen to Kells, who doesn't have a career, right? And then Brian has I guess he's at this point kind of a C-list. You know what I mean? Like if he's going to be on the Freestyle Festival with Lisa and Cult Jam and them, I don't know what he's doing. But for somebody like every day right now, I'm reading about something else that Puff is losing that was worth money.
Oh yeah.
With people that I don't know why these people are paying him in the first place. So he really isn't. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're gonna stop buying your shit at your Sean John at Macy's. I was like, who the fuck has been buying Sean John at Macy's?
I know,
like,
that
why
was
were
shocking.
You paying him?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's gonna lose a lot, except you know, if Brian McKnight or Kel stand to lose a lot besides their standing in society and the perspective that people have about them. But they are going to find out how important that is to their livelihood.
Yeah, I feel like Puffy has enough property and whatever to be okay because his kids are grown too, most of them. But I don't know because remember they were saying he was worth almost $2 billion, and then when his deal fell through with Adidas, he lost 2/3 of the value because all of it is in liquid. A lot of it is in stocks and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
And in deals, and in a lot of when you hear about how much money they have, a lot of it is in those deals. So each one of those deals represents a chunk of that going. I don't know Diddy's financial situation. I know that he used to have a guy that came in shopping twice a week. I ain't seen that nigga in months and months and months and months. But I'll say, like, even for all of us in the room and in the chat, right? No matter how much money we spend, we find a way to make our lifestyle fit around that amount of money. I mean, how much we make. Mm-hmm. So however much he has, it ain't like this nigga's been saving up money in case Cassie came out the closet and let him and blew him up. So I don't know how good he's going to be without income. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's fine with what they got. If you ever have like a bunch of money in your account from some crazy thing that happened and you don't notice till you down to, oh, it's only $3,500 left of that shit.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
He's got a whole
staff. My life, Jason.
All these properties you're talking about. You know what I mean? Everyone in the properties has people that live there that work for him in that house. True. Is that shit? It's hard to keep up.
That's true. Well,
Rivet's so mad at me for going away. So sorry, she's being a little crazy.
Oh, good luck, Kels.
Good luck.
So we mentioned last week. We mentioned the new version of ChatGPT, and how
the scary part.
yeah, people were saying that the lady's voice sounds suspiciously like Scarlett Johansson's voice from the movie Her, where she voiced the AI that Joaquin Phoenix's character fell in love with. So a bunch of shit done came out since we taped last time. So they actually approached Scarlett Johansson to be the voice of the AI, and she declined. And what they did was they went, and what Scarlett's people are accusing them of is essentially using her voice to train the new model to sound like her. And the voice is they call the voice Sky. So right now they're removing that voice. I guess they're going to replace Sky's voice with another one. But
some other celebrity's voice they rip off. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm at a point now. I'm just like, I guess just white people just do what they want to do and say fuck the consequences. We're just, because I mean she said no and you still used her voice basically. Like
they literally had in that article, like somewhere toward the end, that basically in the AI world they're much more into asking for forgiveness and not permission. I'm like, that is not okay. That's a cute thing to say in little small settings. That is not okay in this situation. Like they're literally like ripping off people's livelihood, and it's great. And then like this one was even more crazy because before I even got to this part of the article, I was like, how, besides the fact that you're stealing her voice, it's not even just her voice, you're trying to steal a character from a movie. Like, how is that not problematic in and of itself? And then like later in the article, they're like, that's problematic. I'm like, yeah, like you're literally just like stealing, like, let's just take her voice and her character and like make a thing that's just like what it was in the movie where she was her, and then also reference it in social media posts or whatever and advertising. So you're not even like trying to be discreet about it. You're not even trying, you're like flagging it. It's like if her lawyers put in a, what is that, Google alert for the word her or whatever. It's like that shit came up because you idiots are like plastering it after she said no. I mean, it's I'm scared of like things. Like there's no fucking flying cars, but everything else is just, we're just in the dystopian part and we skipped right over the flying cars and I don't like it.
It's not good.
Where's Rosie with my dinner? You know what I mean? We didn't get any of the good Jetson stuff. We just went right to the dystopian nightmare on everything. Like, it's fine.
I don't know her. I know her from when I see her. She's not one of the like. By and large, you could put any super, super duper famous white girl in front of me and I wouldn't know who it was because I have that weird recognition thing.
Because I think she might be the highest paid actress in Hollywood. If she's not now, she was.
She's not one of them. I know her if I see her. I know Jessica Biel if I see her. There's a couple of them that I know when I see them, but her voice is not distinctive to me. So even when they played it today and I was trying to put it up against a character of her that I remember from a movie, it just sounded like rather generic white girl to me. I don't know if they just went and found a girl who had a similar voice, which is what they're claiming they did.
Well, they may have done that. Because what makes her voice distinctive to me is she doesn't have the most feminine voice. It's husky. So but that's considered, when I say not as feminine, what I mean is not aesthetically. A smoky voice because it's considered a sexy voice. That's why they picked her for the movie Her. So it's just all the breadcrumbs are there from a litigious perspective. You got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Like you asked her to do it, she said no, and you either trained an AI model on her voice or you found somebody that sounded just like her. And this touches upon they did this shit before. Bette Midler.
And the Ford,
Yeah, Bette Midler. Ford approached Bette Midler to sing a version of one of her songs for a television commercial. And she declined. So what they did was they went to the publisher, because I guess Bette didn't control the publishing, so they got the synchronization license from whoever had the rights to it. So they got the rights to the song, but they didn't get Bet's permission to use her voice. So what they did was they hired an impersonator to do her song and sound like her. And when they did drop the commercial, everybody thought Bette Midler was singing her song in the commercial for Ford. So she took them to court and won. So, because essentially the court was basically saying that, you know, you can't just use someone's likeness without their permission, and they categorized her voice under her likeness. So I think that's why OpenAI went ahead and got rid. And you know what? Here's the thing. This was probably all premeditated. Meaning,
absolutely was.
When you announce it, you go against her wishes. She threatens to sue you, and you say, "Oh, our bad," and then you remove it. Now everybody's talking about new ChatGPT. It's associated with Scarlett Johannson. This was probably all planned.
Yeah, I just feel like the AI stuff is really creepy, really scary at this point. I mean, you know, not everybody has ScarJo money to sue and, you know, stand up and everything, or Bette Midler money. They mentioned that other guy in the article. Like, I don't feel like he's like a well-known person or anything like that, but he's somebody who does voice work. And it said that since AI, his work has been reduced by 50%.
Oh,
and it's just like that, you know, like they literally can just steal your voice and then they don't need you anymore. And it's just like, it's really messed up. Like, that's your voice. Yeah. I'd be like, you have a unique voice. I have a unique voice. Like, you know, if somebody just took your voice and instead of you getting to make money on a commercial, they're just like playing a recording. I mean, even like, you know, it kind of creeped me out actually too. Like, I don't mean to talk about travel and stuff, but it wasn't on this trip, but on another trip, we went to this like old ass like theater. It's like one of those UNESCO heritage sites, World Heritage sites, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They have like this organ there, and like it's amazing, but the organ has like AI. So it's like after like somebody can come in, play, and then the organ learns more, and then that next, you know, they don't even need that person because now the organ can play the song without. And I'm like, I don't really like that though. Like, it's like that's impressive, but also like, what the fuck, you know? Like,
yeah, it's data. Like now, because like I want to say it's also OpenAI. They were the ones that now they got the one. I can't remember what it's called. They got the one where now it can make videos from text prompts, and people have been asking, did you guys train the AI on using YouTube videos? Which means it's derivative, right? So it's interesting. It's this data when you have hordes and hordes of data from millions and millions of people, it's so valuable because something similar just happened. 23andMe was just purchased by GlaxoSmithKline, and the reason they were purchased was so that GlaxoSmithKline can produce medication based on all the genetic information that 23andMe has amassed. Now,
yeah, all that's creepy too.
Mind you, hey Teresa. Now, mind you, everybody that submitted their DNA to 23andMe did not agree to have their data used by a third party for financial gain. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't feel right. That feels like that should be against the law, but
the problem is, I guarantee you, they probably had some small print that said something like, you waive, blah, blah, blah. You know that this could be used. Like, they probably had some small print and had people just check the box. They don't read the terms and conditions.
It's true.
And it's, I never did 23andMe, but I did Ancestry. And I was like, this has to be the craziest thing you've ever done in your life because, like, I don't be trusting just giving DNA up to anybody. Next thing you know, I'm going to be in some crime scene because they sold it to some police lab and they just dropped my shit off at a crime scene or something. So I always thought this is like really risky, but that shows you how much you want to know something after, white people ripped your whole family's history from you, So
Girl, that's exactly why I did it. I had a Nigerian woman in the car today, and we were talking. She had a thick accent, but I love Nigerian accents. I think they're beautiful. And so it was funny. I picked her up and I got her halfway to the airport, and her sister, who was already mad at her for her sister had to get up early to help her get ready to go to the airport. And her sister called her and was like, "You left your fucking passport." I had to drive her back to go get her passport before she went. But yeah, we were talking, and I told her, I said, she told me she was Nigerian. I said, "Girl, I know you Nigerian." And I told her, I said, "I'm more Nigerian than anything else." And she was like, "How is that?" I said, "Girl, just because I'm light-skinned don't mean I don't look part Nigerian. I look more Nigerian than white." But yeah, that was why I took the test, because in my family, it's rumors and all kinds of shit. Don't nobody know shit. It's shit that's been passed down, and the stories change. It's a game of telephone. I needed to know. So yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like that's the same thing I think of. Callie, I think that's how you say your name, the Henrietta Lacks. That's exactly what that makes me think of too. Like so now 23andMe is selling people's DNA so they can like use your DNA to make like tons of money off of your DNA. And I mean, I don't know if people keep up with that, but you know, Ben Crump got her family money like last year. Some very unique, you know, legal argument he came up with to get her, you know, ancestors, not her ancestors, her descendants, money for them, you know, stealing her DNA and making billions off of it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Hey, Collie. Yeah, Ernest said they might have agreed in the fine print. I feel like every time I update an Apple product, I'm signing away all my sperm, all my descendants, everything. Because I just scroll down and hit accept. I just scroll down and hit accept.
Firstborn child.
Yeah. At any rate, let's see here. We almost done. So here's an interesting one. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Belle Delphine. I mean, is it
Belle Delphine?
Belle Delphine, yes.
Belle Delphine.
Yeah, Belle Delphine. So she's a gamer. I think she's got an OnlyFans too. But what she did a few years back in 2019.
No, next one.
Yeah. She has all these fanboys that, like, she dresses scantily. She teases them on screen. In 2019, she sold bottles of her bath water. And she made $90,000. But she's South African. She lives in Britain. She's of South African descent. She did all of her transactions through PayPal, and PayPal has some weird rule about anything involving sexual products that are connected to sex in some way.
That are physically, anything physically delivered that is sexual or sexualized in nature.
Right, but specifically from another country to the United States. And her fan base is mostly based in the United States. So what they did was, once she made all the money, they froze her account. So she didn't have access to the money. That happened in 2019. And what's fucked up is they froze her money and did not refund it to the people who made the purchase. So she still had to ship out the bath water for all those purchases, and she had to spend $11 a piece of her own money to ship it out, even though she didn't get any of the profit from it. So recently, she shared this information with the world online, and she basically said, "Hey, been meaning to share something with y'all. I know everybody was thinking I made all this money from selling my bath water." She said, "Actually ended up costing me money because PayPal has some fucked up rule for sex workers, and they took my money." And she said they didn't issue refunds, so I still had to ship everything. So obviously it gets back to PayPal, and PayPal released her funds, so she got her money. But she's an advocate, and she's like, I can afford it. That wasn't a big deal to me. She was like, what about the little person who they shit on, and they don't have the platform that I have to complain and have everybody writing articles about it? She's like, they just taking people's money indiscriminately. And it's a big thing. Banks are freezing accounts for sex workers, saying that it violates their terms and conditions. Yeah. OnlyFans, people with OnlyFans, if they have a Bank of America account and they find out that the money is coming from OnlyFans, something with their terms, they can freeze your account and hold your money.
Not cool. And notice they didn't say anything while that money was coming in. They waited till she had 90,000
exactly
before they wanted to keep her motherfucking money. That's not yo bath water, okay? If you want that 90K, get your own bath water and jar your own bath water up and sell your own bath water, you little thieves.
Yeah.
This is my
your
favorite,
farts, whatever
my
you gonna
favorite
do.
thing, by the way. They took her bath water money.
But
Yeah.
I think, and a step further is that if you have a rule like that and clearly no intent to give the money back, then why was there no refund? Like under the color of what authority do you just take their money that you know what they were buying and it wasn't you, wasn't from you,
Late stage
and just hold
capitalism.
it? Also, I need to know what Chavez did to spend $50 million last weekend, and I need Callum or whoever in there to know that I too recognize Scarlett mostly by her body and not so much by her voice. I'm reading the comments.
Y'all terrible. Y'all are terrible. Where's my look? Yeah, let me put my banner up. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, no. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just wondering what's going on.
I didn't say it, y'all. I didn't say
But
it.
that's the other, and it's the same thing like with what Sarah was saying about the cat from the article with the AI who doesn't have access to being Scarlett Johannson, where millions of people have seen him and would recognize or whatever. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with anybody getting ripped off like that on PayPal. Your average sex worker may be making plenty of money. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people, and I won't even say men or women. There's a lot of people making a good amount of money on there, but almost none of them have the millions of followers or whatever that are going to, on your behalf, in protest, go at PayPal the way that this particular person would have. So no telling how much of MTA right now, by the way, been giving me hell to use my bus pass money, won't let it go, keep saying it's on another phone. I got 2 fucking phones. They don't, the people that give you the bus pass don't actually work for MTA, so the bus can't do nothing about it. And so I know how this feels. And I didn't even have no bath water, nothing. I'm just trying to catch a fucking bus. Okay, sorry.
It's so funny the random shit that goes through our head, like that we're just getting triggered because like I'm sitting here thinking about the motherfucking gift card that I bought when I went away for Christmas, and I came back in January, and my friend had watched the cat, her and her family, and I'm like, let me like say thank you. So I got them like a Target gift card when I was at CVS one day, and I mail it to her with this nice card that I pretended Riblet signed, and this bitch text me, hey, I hate to be a pain, but the card's not working. I'm like, not me trying to do a nice thing to thank my friend, and instead they got me setting her up with the full basket of stuff and the gift card not working.
That's terrible.
Don't buy gift cards. Don't buy gift cards at CVS. I think it's a complete scam they're running. It's like, and
that's
then
terrible.
And then it was the second one I tried to buy that day. There was some issue. So I had saved the receipts because it seemed shady. And thankfully, because they make you have a receipt, they want a picture of the front and back of the card, all this shit. And I'm like, nobody has that. If you give somebody like a shitty card that doesn't work, who's saving all this stuff? People don't save receipts for that. They think they bought the card.
Exactly.
They send it to their friend. That's it. So I'm like, how much money is CVS and Target making off of people every year, and all these other companies, because they got all the different gift cards.
They sell all of them.
Like that. Restaurants, Olive Garden.
Ralph's has all of them. Yeah,
all of them. So how much money are they making? And I know some of it is outside scammers coming in and doing stuff, but not all of it. And it's like, how much money are they making off people every year who are spending money on gift cards, but then can't get the refund because they don't have like the 3,000 things, the bill of lading for the gift cards, so that they can Yeah, no, we're not triggered or anything. It's fine.
I tell you something that I can't stand. I can't stand it when somebody's incompetence makes me look bad to some. And a gift card is a perfect example. You trying to do something nice for somebody and the motherfucker don't work. And you know, some people, depending on the nature of your relationship with the person, they be thinking, I know this motherfucker ain't shit. This motherfucker probably ain't real. He probably bought this from a crackhead or some shit. You like, no, I wouldn't fucking spend money on you.
It took like 3 months and multiple phone calls to both CVS and Target to get the full amount refunded.
That's terrible.
Initially, they sent me 30%. I'm like, where the fuck is the rest of the money? Like, yeah, no, don't do it. Don't buy it. Heed my warning.
It's similar with YouTube as well. If you're a YouTuber with a significant following, when you have an issue with a video, because sometimes the censors and the algorithm, sometimes it'll be triggered by content in your video, and it'll be content that's actually in the not public domain, but it's fair use. And if you're an established YouTuber, you actually have a representative at YouTube, a person, I don't know what the term is. You have an agent that you can contact and let them know, hey, y'all flagged this video, and if you look at the content, it's actually fair use if you see how I use the video. If you're a smaller YouTuber, they just take your fucking video down, and you really don't have any recourse. It's kind of shitty.
Yeah, but also, like, they're so busy over there. It is not that simple. You know what I mean? Like, there was some psychopath who was, like, posting videos, like, telling people to come kill my mom on YouTube. And the U.S. Marshals couldn't even get that shit down. I was able to get it down because I had a person I worked with who used to work with somebody that worked at YouTube in the specific department. That's the only reason the shit came down.
Wow.
We are reporting it over and over again, all these things. Dude's literally standing in front of my mom's house, filming.
Oh, your mom.
My mom.
Oh, my God.
Telling people, come take her out, not to dinner, come take this bitch out, saying, come kill the neighbor and his family. And YouTube wasn't.
Crazy.
Yeah. And the marshal said, sorry, nothing we can do. So
that's wild.
Yeah, it's not as easy as you think.
That is wild.
Yeah. I'm like, not me accomplishing what the marshals couldn't. No, not me. Shit.
Where was this guy?
A daughter's love. What?
Yeah, was this like a neighbor that was doing it? Like this
was some guy that's like been stalking my mom since like the 80s.
Oh my God.
When she first became a judge. Yeah. He'd been stalking her since like the 80s. And he had probably gotten out of prison or something recently. And yeah, I mean, you don't even really have to give people a warning because the dude looked batshit. You know, you just would see him and think, stay away from that guy anyway.
I'm sorry to hear this, Sarah. That's terrible.
You know, people are racist when they got slurs you never even heard of. You know, you're like, what did he call the Armenian neighbor? Whatever the guy is, what did he call him? I never even.
Well, we know that's a talent that they have. That's a talent that they have. We're aware of that. All right, y'all. We got two more. We just go run through real quick.
Get over here. Get over here.
So,
the bad girl. Get over here.
Chelsea Handler was at an event to honor Kevin Hart in some way, and I think it might have kind of been like a roast thing. And she was clowning Monique, and Monique didn't get the joke. And everybody online was like, girl, she making fun of you, and you can't even tell. I'm going to show y'all a clip of it.
Riblet, please. Almost done.
Okay, here it is. Okay, let me pull this up.
Going nuts. The cat's going nuts. Okay. No sound.
Yeah, I got to refresh the page.
Okay.
Great, Kevin, as he said, no problem, Chelsea, I got you. I'll just get you a gig on my movie. I said, great, behind the camera, in front, I don't care. I'll direct it if I have to. He said he'd even help me fill out the paperwork. I was so excited. He said, I got you, Chelsea. I got you. I got you. And that's when I learned that if you ask Kevin for a favor, you can always count on hearing these 3 words. I got you. And then you can count on never hearing from him again. That's ridiculous.
Then when he came back with, I got you, I didn't ask Kevin Hart to do anything. He said, I'll executive produce, I'll partner with you. I said, good Kevin, because we're in a deal with Endemol, and we're trying to get our talk show back. Mo, whatever it is, I got you. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication, and we're going to talk Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, it's a miscommunication. That was 2 years ago. If you talk to him, I talk to him. I've never talked back to Kevin Hart again.
So, and I'm going to read this real quick. This is Monique posted this, and the caption says, "Hey, my sweet babies. What are the odds that both Chelsea Handler and I would share the same experience with Kevin Hart? But we're both lying, huh? I love us for real." Now, y'all know good and goddamn well that Chelsea Handler don't need Kevin Hart for shit, and vice versa. So she clearly was mocking Monique, which I thought was pretty bold, and Monique just didn't understand.
Didn't understand. Went right over her head.
Ooh, po
Went
thing.
right over her head. Po thing.
Po thing.
Po thing.
Po thing. Oh, it's just never ending with her. Yeah, I guess that's just something we're just always gonna run into, the Monique versus Kevin Hart thing, when other comedians are chiming in on it. But yeah, that's just too bad she didn't get that. Sorry,
Yeah.
Monique.
I mean, she did at least. I do like that she handled it. Once it was pointed out to her that she said, "Oh, whoops, my bad. The joke was on me." So,
I didn't even know that. I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, that was at the end of it. So I'm like,
And
that
she
was a decent recovery, because like she could have just kept digging and making it worse. I said, you kind of embarrassed yourself. So at least she
She
took
just said that, wrote LOL at the end, and left her post up like, oh well. Fuck it.
Exactly. She didn't delete the post. She was like, whoops. And it's like, you know what? I give her credit for that part, because the rest is like, oh God. Thank you, Teresa.
Man. Yeah, because
Wait,
you know, what'd you say?
Did Teresa say she was selling bathwater too? I feel like she said that. Somebody said that in the comments.
Oh, maybe they did.
Or maybe Teresa's mocking Monique. Was Monique selling bathwater? I'm confused. Go ahead. Next one.
Shit, I'd sell it if I could. Let me see. Column said Monique so bitter it infests everything she sees and says. Yeah. Karen says she don't think she was mocking her. That it was just a reference. The only thing that made me feel like she was the only reason I feel like she was I don't know, maybe mocking isn't the wrong word. Maybe it isn't the right word, because Karen is saying it was just a reference, but it was the center of everything she was saying. That's why it felt like she was mocking her to me. But I don't know.
Either way, like even as a reference,
it was more of a comedic callback.
Yeah.
It was meant to be funny, and it was about Monique saying that, but it was not directed at Monique. It was
right. No, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. It wasn't directed at her.
Yeah, it was definitely a reference, but it's like Monique took it so literally that she's like, she had the exact same experience, and it's like,
right.
Nah, baby, she talking about your experience. You know, mocking or not, it's like she's talking about your experience. It's not that she had the identical experience and used the identical words as you. It's not what happened. Like,
oh my!
And if she did, she would have been on that show laughingly talking about it to and in front of Kevin.
Yes, exactly.
If she had that experience, she would have dealt with it some other how.
Right.
And it wouldn't be Shay either.
Okay, we got it. This is the last. This is our last
wrap
topic.
it up, Sarah's side.
Before Sarah falls asleep, Sarah got you know how they talk about the itis. Sarah got narcolepsy.
narcolepsy.
She about to fall all the way to sleep.
So I'm gonna show y'all this one last clip. It's pretty quick. It's BB Wayans is on Sway's universe, and Sway asks him to tell good Whitney Houston stories, and BB and CeCe Winans were really close to Whitney Houston. And let me pull this up. Here we go.
Her celebration. Whitney, can you tell us a good? Man. I know you sang at her celebration, right?
One of my favorite stories. Yeah. See, as you know, she was a Jersey girl. Hey. I don't care how many gowns you put on her. She was Jersey. And so,
what does that mean exactly?
You know exactly what that means.
It's a thing that comes with us being from Jersey. It's just a thing, Sway.
Okay.
Jersey. It was in her blood. And so we were at a movie. Actually, me, Cece, Whitney, and Cece and Whitney were sitting together, and me and Robin were sitting together behind them, and we came in after the lights had come down, you know, because she is Whitney Houston. And it was a Barbra Streisand movie with Nick Nolte, I think the name. I forget the name of it. But during the movie, Whitney was talking to Cece, said, oh, you know, about the movie. You know, you whisper a little, oh, I don't believe that girls don't do that. This and that. And so there was a couple, white couple in front of them. And the lady kept on turning back because she was annoyed at them talking, which I understood, you know. And so at one point, it just boiled over, and that woman turned. She had a ponytail. She turned around and said, "Would you shut up? Would you just shut up?" And I just went to praying. Oh, God.
You like Cece did.
Like Cece. Oh, Jesus, because I knew Jersey is present. And so I thought my prayers had went through because Whitney sat back and didn't say nothing. And after about 30 seconds, Whitney leaned up and grabbed that woman's ponytail and jerked it back, said, "Don't you ever talk to me that way," and threw her head up to the front. And then the man she was with got up, and I had to get up saying, "Oh, wait, I'm getting ready to fight. I don't believe it." And then Robin said, "Baby, get Whitney and take her out of here." And I took her, and we run. I mean, my heart is beating like, because this is not my life. And my heart is beating, and so we get outside, and we jump in the car, and I can't hardly breathe. And Whitney looks at me and said, "Wasn't that fun?"
That is wild. Oh, he looks amazing.
It was The Prince of Tides, the movie.
Is that what it was?
1991. I just looked it up.
I didn't know Barbra Streisand was in Prince of Tides.
I just looked up Barbra Streisand, Nick Nolte, because I'm like, what movie they talking about anyway? The Prince of Tides.
Yeah, because it couldn't have been the original Star is Born, because that was a long time ago.
Yeah. That was.
It wasn't Nick Nolte. No, I had ironically a very similar experience to what he just said.
With Whitney Houston, or you personally?
No, I was there not with Whitney Houston at all. We were at, when people were still going to the Crenshaw Shopping Center movie theater. You remember that? When people were still going over there? It wasn't a Regal yet. It was still Magic Johnson Theaters. And Higher Learning was playing. And John was trying to get Don to agree to be in, what the fuck is the name of that movie that he did with him? Damn. What is the name of that movie that takes place in the 20s? It was like a Black Wall Street thing. Don was in it. Ving was in it.
Oh, I have no idea.
Rosewood.
Okay.
John Singleton was trying to get Don to be in Rosewood. And he's like, "You got to see what I just did." So we all went together to go see Higher Learning. And you know how black folks talk in the theater, but normally they'll say like one thing and just shut up.
Right.
But Don and John were sitting here at regular speaking voice having a fucking conversation. People keep looking at him. I'm like, nigga, we by the jungle, nigga. Y'all gonna have to either shut the fuck up and let these people watch this movie. They don't know who you are. It's dark in this motherfucker.
Right.
When the lights came up and it was John, Don, and Tyra. When the lights came up and they saw it was Don, this nigga stood up and it was the funniest shit. He said, "Oh, nigga, that's Don too." He was like, "Man, it's so dark, man. I didn't see your black ass."
Oh,
man.
These niggas talked all the way through the movie, dude, like we was at home watching the movie on a screener.
I can't.
I'm trying to pretend I'm not with these niggas. I'm leaning the other way because you know you like trying to lean.
My mama do it. My mama do it in the movie theater. We went and saw the Barbie movie, and my mama just kept talking. I was like, you go let. I'm like, nobody like. And then my mama got mad at me.
Commentary.
Yeah, she got mad at me, and then I was just asking a question. I'm looking at my mama like, 30, nigga? Like 30 questions? It's the Barbie movie. You cannot have that many questions.
And then they'd be like, "What's gonna happen next?" And I'm like, "Why don't you just watch? I can't. I didn't get the full script before we came."
Yeah, I might make one or two comments during the movie, but like, I'm not that guy in the movie theater.
Or whisper. Why do people act like they don't know how to whisper? Why are you speaking? Why are you talking like we at home?
My whisper voice is loud, so I just need to just not say nothing.
Not do it at all.
Okay, y'all.
So,
Well,
good seeing y'all.
yeah, we go keep them a little shorter moving forward. I
don't know. This might have been my first time on with Jason, so you know, it's like
this is the first time y'all been on together.
I think so. Yeah.
I never been on with another one of us. I've only been on a couple times with y'all. I'm new to this.
Well, thank everybody, the militia. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Melissa. Good to see y'all.
Working with us through these growing pains. If you haven't liked the video, and are the two of you gonna be here on Friday?
Everybody, you want to come say bye?
Sarah, are you here Friday?
Discuss it offline. Let's discuss it offline.
Okay. Okay. Jason, are you here Friday? We'll talk about it offline.
I'm still gonna be here too.
Okay, y'all. We'll see you on Friday, 7:00 sharp.
Bye,
the Madness Collective. Toodles, niggas.
Toodles.